Of mothers, you can be a mother in lots of different ways. Myrtle Fillmore is known as the Mother of Unity. She was the co-founder of the Unity movement. Today's speaker is a stepmother of 6, a grandmother of 7, and a great-grandmother of 8. That's impossible. So at the Unity Worldwide Ministries Conference at Unity Village this June, our guest speaker today will be receiving the prestigious Myrtle Fillmore Award. So we welcome Reverend Susan EngPoole.
And as we come to our time of meditation, I invite you to close your eyes. Relax. Take a deep breath. And let it out. Just be here now. Take a deep breath. And let it out. Today we celebrate all mothering souls. Without your love and nurturing, we would never learn how to be kind and share with each other. May blessings pour upon you as we take time to recognize your selfless efforts and energy on our behalf. Today I give thanks for our Creator for the great gift of life. Giving thanks is a healing act. As I acknowledge my gratitude for life, for every blessing that is mine, I feel renewed in mind and body. Life is God's supreme gift. In prayer and thanksgiving, I strengthen my contact with God, and new life pours in to revitalize every part of my mind and body. As I recognize God's presence in all persons and all things, my environment is harmonized and blessed. I see God in all and through all, and I know that is where God's good is. I give thanks today for my ability to pour the loving life of God out into the world. Through my hand, God can touch and heal a feverish child. Through my voice, God can still and harmonize an angry dispute. Every word I speak, every word I write, every touch of my hand, every act of service to man, woman, child, animal, and all living things becomes a blessing as I maintain a deep consciousness of the love of God. God gave me life. Life is given eternally. Love is given eternally. And I give forth freely. What are you grateful for? Sometimes in life, it seems difficult to see that all things work together for good. When we hear about and read about tragic events, when there seems to be no answer as to why these things occur, we may give way to moments of despair or doubt. To remember that life is established on principle, that in and through all the events of life runs a pattern for growth and good. And that gives us the courage to move on. Even though we may not understand the apparent tragedies and occurrences, our faith in God helps us to know that life is progress and life is growth. And though we may not understand how it is, there is never any end to love or life, and never any end to growth. When we think of ourselves as universal souls, we can take a larger view of things. We can think of ourselves as without beginning or end. We can think of the experiences of life, even the unhappy ones, as part of our living and growing and the involvement of love. Love first appeared on this planet through maternal love, the love of the mother. The mother caring for her infant, the mother bird watching over her eggs, all mothers caring for their young. This was the first arising of spiritual energy as the dawning of love here on earth. And how can we be more caring and loving as a mother would? As we go into the silence, take time to send loving thoughts to your mother, whether she's on this plane or gone beyond. We send blessings to all mothers in the world and the universe. In the silence. Enjoy that feeling of comfort in your body that comes from caring and loving. It heals. And when you're ready, finish your meditation by inhaling deeply and letting your breath out. Carry along the love, the peace, the harmony, the kindness that you feel in your heart in remembrance of all loving souls. Thank you, Spirit, for life and love. And so it is. Amen.
Please join me in singing Surely the Presence.
Great to be back, to be in this presence of love. I love how you show it, and I have to tell you, this is the first sanctuary I've ever been in where you have a goal of 3,000 diapers and to come to church and see all the diapers that you've brought into this church sanctuary really touches my heart. And it's just a physical expression of the love and the light that you are in this world. And I want to thank you for that, for being that love. It's amazing. It's a first, and it's amazing. Okay, today's Mother's Day, and happy, joy, joy, joy. That's what Mother's Day is all about. That's what ministers look forward to on giving the Mother's Day message. And I need to tell you what we learned in ministerial school. We said, and we heard, that Mother's Day is actually one of the scariest Sundays of the year. It is the one Sunday, if you get one complaint in a whole year, it will be about your Mother's Day message. And so as ministers, it's a huge growth experience for us, because if we have any issues around acceptance or rejection or whatever, it's like, okay, break through them. Because there's this certain knowing that whatever's presented, some people just may not like what you have to say. And it just is a highly emotional day. It's a painful day for many. Let's just face it, families are messy. And the ministers also love this day. It might be the scariest day in the year, but we love this day because it is the one day that there's that possibility where the door is open for the most spiritual growth, the possibility of transformation to happen. Because this is a day where we have issues. It usually goes back to our family of origin issues. And if there's one person, if we make a difference with one person, then it would have been worth it, even through the complaints. So just know that the perfect mother is a fairy tale. Yes, there are loving, noble, sacrificial mothers, and all mothers do the best that they can. All mothers do the best that they can according to where they are in their spiritual journey. And sometimes they fail as well as succeed. There are good days full of joy and wonder, and there are other days full of brokenness and failures. We have a gift for everyone this morning because we're honoring that mother spirit, that nurturing, that love spirit within everyone. And just really pleased that these books were donated to us. Make sure every one of you pick up that book, The Why Cafe. It's a very easy read. You can read it in an hour, but it might take 3 hours or whatever, just in the time that it takes to process the questions. The questions are, why are you here? Do you fear death? Are you fulfilled? 3 questions in the book. And it takes place in this location that's in the middle of nowhere. John is a man that's in a hurry, but he is in this restaurant and he's spiritually fed by those 3 questions. I enjoyed the book especially because I could relate to that book in that it's the Why Cafe. I grew up in a restaurant. My parents owned a restaurant in Othello, Washington. They had it for 40 years, and they won awards. They were always named in the best restaurants in Eastern Washington in a book that's put out. In this little town in the middle of nowhere, some people couldn't even find this town, Othello, Washington, because there were only 4,000 people in the town, and not easy to get to. but they always won awards for that restaurant. My mother, her whole purpose was to just share her love. And it was through her work in the restaurant. First she would grow the vegetables, fruits and vegetables in her garden, while she's taking care of 7 children. And my dad was a cook for General MacArthur, so he ran his restaurant like a tight ship. And they just worked. They just wanted to share love. So the restaurant was open 7 days a week and only closed for 2 hours for cleanup every day. They didn't know what a vacation was. And it wasn't until I was in high school that my sisters and brothers, our siblings, just got together and said, let's put together all our trip money and get Mom and Dad a vacation to Hawaii. And that was the first vacation they ever had in their life. So it was all about serving for them. That was their purpose, and serving in love. Everyone is connected to Mother Energy, whether we were adopted or raised by someone other than our birth mother. Our mother gave us the gift of our life. We don't often think about how miraculous this is. There may be no greater miracle than motherhood, but there is also no greater source of pain. We just have to know that our soul chose our mother. Our soul chose our mother as the perfect vehicle for our spiritual journey, for our expression of who we are as love. And so as those experiences come to us through our family of origin, our purpose is to take all of it, no exceptions, and use it as a tool for us to express more and more of who we've come here to be as light, as love. Souls have their own personalities and their own agendas. They have their own purpose for existing, and parenting is like a dance in which neither partner is completely responsible for which way the movement is going, but both are co-creating. We are all doing a dance of life. We're all dancing with God in love. And know that, think of a child and a child dancing. Each child dances to its own tune, its own song. And so don't expect that child to go with your song. Allow that child to be his or her own song of love. The majority of people on this planet refuse to give up a belief in separation. In unity, we teach unity. We can't ever be separated from love. Ever be separated from the love of God. We are love, and we are as God created us. There's no such thing as separation. There's only unity, only oneness. We are all one with love, all one with life. And we are to experience that oneness moment to moment in all of our experiences. Love never ends. 1 Corinthians 13:8. Love never ends. The first question on the menu, why are you here? our purpose for existing. During someone's lifetime, they may want to do 10 things or 100 things or thousands of things. And as long as it's in alignment with your purpose for existing, do them all. Do them all. In the book it says, our most fulfilled customers are the ones who know their purpose for existing and try all the activities they believe will fulfill it. And the least fulfilled customers, they do lots of things that aren't part of their purpose for living. We are here to be the love that we are, to be love, to share love. And we are limited, yes, we are limited by how much we want to awaken. We are all growing at certain levels of spiritual consciousness. And so we can forgive. We can forgive everyone that we think that we can't forgive. We can do that because we can know that they are at their level of spiritual consciousness, and they would change if they could. The second question on the menu, do you fear death? Do you fear death? Fear of death is one of the most common fears. And unconsciously, primarily, we know that as each day passes, we are another day closer to not having a chance to do what we want to do in life. And therefore we fear the day that we die. But if we ask why we're here and do the things that fulfill our purpose for existence and actually did them or are doing them every day, then there's absolutely no reason to fear death. As the book said, you can't fear not having the chance to do something if you've already done it or you're doing it every day. The third question on the menu, are you fulfilled? Are you fulfilled? You know, Mom worked all those days, all those hours in the restaurant, expressing love. And then when she retired, she moved to Seattle and discovered a whole new world. It was a whole new beginning in her retirement because we were the only Chinese family in this small town. And so when she got to Seattle, it was, oh my goodness, look at all these Chinese people. And, you know, when I was growing up, Mom would be singing this squeaky Chinese stuff all the time, and I just thought, oh, Mom's squeaking again. But I didn't know, you know, I knew that was her, you know, singing. But when she got to Seattle, come to find out, it's just this rare talent that she could sing opera like that. And this one day she attended the international festival, and they asked someone to come up and sing, and she volunteered. I went, no. She just happened to have this karaoke CD in her purse. And she sang this karaoke at this festival. She was just expressing her love. And then our family went to a restaurant, and she said, let's check out the bar before we leave. She doesn't even drink, she's checking out the bar. And when she came in, people said, oh, Mrs. Ng, here we are way in North Seattle. But they recognized my mom because of her singing. And all these young guys were saying, sing this song with me, sing this song, this love song with me. And I'm sitting there going, my mom, that's my mom. And then finally she said, why don't you guys, you know, the whole family, I mean, there's just so many of us. She said, why don't you all go home and just, you know, somebody just come back at 3 a.m. and pick me up. She was having such a great time. She was having a fulfilled life. sharing her love and sharing her joy. And we all expected her to have this long life because my grandmother was 103 when she died, and her sisters, up to the hundreds. So we just figured Mom would have a long life. But she died when she was 78. She was in a car accident when she was 78. And, but, I just knew that she had such a fulfilled life. She was being loved. She graduated. Love never ends. Everybody, no exceptions. Everyone wants to be loved. Love means unconditional acceptance, regardless of who or what they think and what they believe or what they've done. Everyone, no exceptions. Be true to yourself. Know who you are as love. Be who you've come here to be. You are God's church. You are, and you know that you are ministers of love. Be that. Be love. And I'm noticing my phone is vibrating, and it says, love is calling. All of life, all of it, no exceptions, all of life is a call to love. And we're here to answer the call.